two homers and a realist, guys. We are just 3 days away from college football. I cannot believe here we are again, circling back on us.
Survived.
Just like, what do they call it? Battered wife syndrome? I don't know. We're just like suckers. Here we go. Give me more.
Yeah.
We're back for more.
It's not OU's fault that I'm hurt.
You know, it's mine. I don't listen to OU. Well, hopefully this will be the year everything goes better. I believe, we all believe. I'm Steve.
Lucas.
Jay.
Connor?
Nolan.
All right, we got a full crew, including our
Stats
data
guy.
and stats guy, our analyst.
Let's see if
Ethan.
that guy has a personality.
Yeah, get
Put on a
the
little
personality there, stats guy. Lighten up a little bit, all right? Yeah, loosen
Ruffle
up.
that hair a
He's
little
sitting in an
bit.
egg chair, so you gotta feel pretty light in that thing.
Soon to be officially an Oklahoma Sooner.
That's right. You
So-
excited?
Yep.
All right. I expect big stories and lots of interesting guests that you're able to pull together and bring into the pod over the coming
There's
season.
a lot of big houses.
Yeah. A lot of
Down the street.
very interesting people that live in those houses.
They've got big Greek letters on them.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'll see specific types of
Gaggles. of
non-males like flowing out of them or
Yeah.
around them. We'll make friends with those people.
They're
And then you
friendly.
need to bring them.
They don't bite unless, you know, I mean, some,
Unless you ask them.
yeah, it's very consensual. So, speaking of what's not consensual, is making up titles for yourself and making as if the rest of the world should just go along with it. And I'm talking about fake national titles, fake natties. What's going on? Auburn calling themselves national title holders. How many? Six additional?
more?
Six more. Six more. I don't know.
Including
I thought it
2004.
was 7.
I thought it was 4.
Was it 7?
I think they're giving themselves 9, and they only have 2 real ones. Is what I read.
Is it-
They were giving them.
is it
I mean,
7?
I was doing it in between printing out my new Harvard graduation gift certificate.
That's a good
I was
idea.
like, oh, here's my diploma from
Yeah.
Harvard, because you can just make stuff
Well, I'm a
up.
PhD.
Yeah. Oh yeah. From where?
Wherever.
Wherever. Yeah.
Oxford.
Yeah.
They claimed 7.
They now claimed a
They
new
claimed
7.
an additional 7 on top
Yeah.
of what they already
They
had.
already had 2 legitimate.
And some of them were
Now
just,
they have 9.
some of them were arguable. I get it. Some of them were ridiculous.
I just don't know
Just
how you
ridiculous.
retroactively, like, what is the point?
I don't
In all
understand
honesty,
either.
like you're not,
It's
it's not
still
like you're
little
going
brother.
and throwing 7 national title parties
It's
or.
strange.
Is it just because they think that the new recruits
Are
will not look
stupid?
it up? Like, don't care?
To me, it's negative recruiting.
I would agree.
So I
Yeah.
would sit there and make fun of them for doing it. Now, Alabama can't make fun of them because Alabama claims 1 million fake national titles for
I think
different
they're
reasons.
18.
18 total. Yeah.
And they really have like 9 or something
Yeah.
like that, or 10.
Again, some arguable, but what is the point? And does a recruit really care about? Oh, one of those was like 1914 for Auburn. You really care? Who cares? Who
Well,
cares?
the,
what does
the
that mean?
funny thing is how quick they threw those numbers up on their stadium.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The years. There's the
Yeah.
next day they're throwing.
They're
up
leaning in.
the
Yeah,
years
but
that
they
they
didn't try to
claimed.
claim 1945. It's already claimed by Army and Oklahoma State.
Everyone should just be national champions
Yeah.
in
I
1940.
think we all won,
Exactly.
except the Japanese and the Germans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
The rest
honestly,
of us all
any
won.
When the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, it was rough.
anything
We didn't
pre
give up.
pre BCS is all subjective.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone could claim it.
Well,
is,
not
but
everyone
it's
can
not.
claim it. No, not everyone
It's
can
not-
claim it.
It's not.
If
fully
you've
subjective.
lost a couple of games, you cannot claim it.
Okay, I'm just
the
saying.
AP poll is the standard.
You're saying
And what year did the AP poll?
In theory, there were,
1936, I think.
but there wasn't a definitive 1v2,
Sure.
and they played.
Sure.
So if you're 11-1,
Right.
You beat somebody else, and there's 3 other 11-1s. I don't know.
I guess.
Put it on the board.
But the rules of the game, the norm that was established was we're going to have a couple of different groups that are going to come together. There were other groups. A lot of these national titles are because, and OU has like 7, they don't claim. It's funny. We had a prior pod. We talked about this a year ago. I'm going through old pods. I'll tell you why later. And I'm looking, and we had a whole conversation about this fake natty stuff. And OU had a bunch. It has a bunch that the Dickinson system and different systems came up and said, you're a national title holder. We didn't claim them. We don't. If it didn't agree with the AP or the UPI at the time, which became the coaches poll, we weren't going to claim them. So that everyone knew that was the standard. And to come back now retroactively 50, 60, 115 years after the fact.
Well, it's very
ridiculous.
on par with the times we live in. I mean, you can claim to be national champions, or you can claim not to be. You can
Yeah.
claim to be. Claim to be whatever you want.
Texas
Right.
A&M was
I mean, I'm
claiming,
claiming that we're the
claiming
best
Big 12
podcast in-
title when they were in the Big 12,
That's,
second Big 12
that's
South.
definitively
They're
true.
like, oh, we won a Big 12 title that year.
Right,
No, you were second in the South. You didn't even make the
exactly,
title game.
exactly.
And they're like, oh, we're Big 12 champions.
No, I think it's sad.
It's silly, it's
It's
bad.
pathetic. I
You
would
can be a
be,
cat. You can be a national champion.
I'm not a cat.
I would be,
I would,
I would be embarrassed
I
though.
would be hugely embarrassed.
It would be massively.
I would be very embarrassed.
And I think that any Auburn fan before that happened, because that came out of nowhere, at least from what I understood. Any Auburn fan that if Alabama goes and claims 6 additional on top of what they already have, any Auburn fan would be laughing at them.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it cuts both ways, but any Auburn fan that is going to be celebrating stuff like that it's laughable to say the
So
least.
you weren't here. What's worse, that or Shador Sanders,
Which part of
Hall of
Fedora
Fame.
standards
Colorado Hall of Fame?
already?
Dude,
That
Yeah, they
happened?
retired his
Yeah.
number.
Oh yeah,
Colorado retired his number.
Colorado's a
We probably talked about that when it happened.
Colorado's
No, but
a,
he was. Well, he might have. But I mean, last week we brought it up.
well, he's a
Because of the
Yeah.
preseason, yeah.
yeah. I mean, whatever. Colorado. I mean,
So
his
system-
dad's the coach, so I'm sure. I'm sure.
I
he
mean,
has
Cordell
some
Stewart
say
doesn't
in
have his
that.
number retired, but Schroeder Sanders does.
Yeah, Rashawn Salam.
Rashawn Salam,
I mean,
yeah.
come on. This
Are we
it's just-
glad that? I mean, I'm relatively happy that OU doesn't go through a number retirement process.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
We wouldn't have any
Yeah.
numbers.
We know when to play.
Yeah, exactly.
So
It would be absurd. Or you could retire. Now, there's no point in retiring and then actually letting someone have the number. Then it's just a ceremony. We don't need that. We can just celebrate players.
well, you know what OU does have is Heisman Trophy winners that we can celebrate and actually
Right.
commemorate with statues and.
Yeah. No.
What do we do on the basketball team? Because there's some numbers in the Raptors.
Yeah.
Are those
In
retired?
basketball, I will
Yeah. those
Oh,
are
yeah, you
retired.
got 5 guys.
No, they're
12
not.
guys
I
on the
don't
team.
think they're retired.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
think
they're-
they're either.
commemorative.
think
because
they're
Raymond
commemorative.
Tisdale
Yeah,
was
23.
23 and Blake Griffin was 23.
Yeah, so they're not
But they
retired.
they did those after the fact.
The problem with college basketball
Tisdale
too is you
didn't
would
get-
run out of
And the
numbers.
Raptors,
Mhm.
after Blake was already gone.
In college basketball, you might run out of numbers, or at least a lot that players want to have, because you have to be able to have it on one hand.
Yeah.
So you can't
Not
have a
anymore. I
nine.
think they changed that rule.
They'll let you have a
I
nine
believe
like the
they-
pros.
Like very obscure numbers.
So
yeah.
6 through 9,
I'll
they'll
look
let you
it up,
have it.
but
I
I'm-
didn't.
So 55,
Always-
you're right. It may be a
the
pro. It
rule-
may just be a pro rule.
Oh yeah, I think it's just a pro rule.
55 is the max.
Yeah, 55 would be the max, and obviously 45 is the max in the 40s.
What was the BYU quarterbacks?
47.
47.
He's a fullback.
I mean, maybe he's just a big Trump supporter. That's why I went with 47.
I
can
was
see that.
looking for the connection.
I mean, I could see that.
No, it was his age.
It
He's
was his
47
age,
years old. He
47.
went on 2 mission trips.
Yeah, 6'1".
Yes, yeah, many children.
Yeah. It's his age plus his mission trips plus his wives.
Well, let's get to another issue, and this one we can relate back to OU. Where is I'm told of this big rivalry among pitchforks and hay and barn raising. It's called Farmageddon, and it's played by a couple of rural agricultural schools in the region, right? And they play it in the region. They play it like in Kansas City. Is this correct? Usually?
Oh, I think
Well, they
that's
are played in
usually-
an agricultural area.
No, it's a home and home.
I think it's home and home.
Oh, I thought they played in Kansas City before.
I've seen is Kansas
Kansas and
State.
Kansas and Missouri.
Kansas and Missouri was definitely a neutral site that they played at
that
Arrowhead.
Yeah.
I don't know about Kansas.
Oh, I
State.
thought they played. I thought Kansas State, Iowa State.
No,
played.
I was listening to something
Yeah,
right
I think
before
it's
this. I believe
Anyway, what
someone's losing it.
this week?
I believe it's Ireland.
Dublin, Ireland. Wow. What do we
Week
think
zero,
about
the
that?
big marquee matchup of week 0.
So I think the criticism I heard really just more from reading headlines was that it's too important of a rivalry to take it and move it offshore like that.
It's not
And-
even just the rivalry portion. It's the fact that it has major implications across your conference
Oh, sure.
in terms
Sure.
of what you're
Yeah.
trying
I'm
to
just thinking
accomplish.
from the standpoint of your fans.
Yeah.
And that's not the game to do that with. Like I could see a different game with a different opponent matchup for either school, but to take that
A
one
non-con.
and like a
You
non-con.
don't want OU Texas and Mexico City?
Yeah, no, I don't. Mexico beat Texas. last
OU,
time I checked.
OU UTEP in Mexico City might be interesting.
Now that would be interesting. That'd be pretty.
I would entertain the idea.
Would we want to go to Dublin? Would we want to be a part of
across
this?
the border from Utah?
Juarez.
Of course. Yeah. Let's just do it there.
Yeah, it's a safe area.
Safer. Safer than
I've
State
been to
Fair.
Juarez.
True. About
We
the same.
know.
I had security. It was fine.
Would we want to go, would we want OU to play a game in Dublin? You
No.
guys' view?
Absolutely not.
Hard no from Connor.
I'm not going either way. I don't care.
In a season that we have 7 home games and we could use one of those for an out of country matchup against a marquee opponent that wasn't a home and home. Like, I don't want to play Michigan in Dublin and
Sure.
then next year go to Ann Arbor.
You want to treat it as a true kickoff,
If
like
it-
one of
yeah,
the
if
marquee.
it's like when
kickoff
Bama
games.
was playing, you know, USC or something in the Raiders
It's
Stadium.
Clemson
whatever
LSU
it
this
is.
year, I think, right? Clemson
Then-
LSU is in the neutral site.
I would be fine, a one-off OU versus Ohio State
Would you want it to be
in
known?
Barcelona. Why
I
not?
would want it to be known
Well,
Stupid.
who put Barcelona?
24 months in
Stupid.
advance.
Is that on the
Why
table?
couldn't you play Barcelona?
Well,
I think
Dublin's
you'd
been-
have the
been-
notice. I think you'd have a relatively.
I
good
think they're
notice.
still looking for teams.
I mean, Michigan and Western Michigan are scheduled. A good 19 months. I don't like it. I think it's.
I don't like
stupid.
it
I think
either.
it's dumb.
I think I'd rather not have any sort of college football kickoff games that are not a home and home. I don't like them. I don't like OU being a part of them. I'd rather see home and homes through and through.
We don't have a home and home of Illinois State or Kent State.
Okay, that's okay. So I'm not going to go watch OU and Illinois State in Dublin, Ireland.
Hmm.
Like Michigan and
Well,
Western
it's-
Michigan next year.
I said
That's
I said
weird.
marquee matchup.
That's weird.
Yeah, you said marquee matchup.
Like OU versus Notre Dame, if they don't want to do a home and home and
What
they
do you
want to
think
do.
the point
they
is?
wanna do a
I don't
single-
understand the point. That's
single
where,
thing.
I don't get
that's
the
kind of where I
It-
come
it-
from.
it's
because you're
not-
not growing the game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not the NFL. It's not
Well, even from the
basketball.
standpoint of the
I don't know,
teams
you're
involved.
trying to grow it.
like I don't want to give up a
Expand
home
your-
game at all.
Say-
And I don't want to,
I'd rather have
I don't
7
care
home.
I don't care if it's Illinois State or Ohio State. And if you're gonna
What
match
if
up
it
with
was an
Ohio
away game?
State,
Yeah, what if it's an away game?
What if you get 7 home and that's plus that?
well, maybe, but you're
Well,
not
most
gonna
of the
get
time you only
Ohio
get 6
State
home
to
games
usually
anyway.
do that.
I'd rather
What I'm
go.
saying-
I'd
I'm saying
rather go
is-
to Columbus.
What am I giving up? I'm almost ready to go to Columbus and give them the home game. I don't know, and get paid. I don't know.
I mean, I'd love to go see a game in Tottenham Stadium, OU versus, you know,
That's so dumb.
Clemson.
I don't know.
I'm
It
glad
just-
we disagree on this because I thought we'd actually not. I thought none of us would think that this was a good idea
Right.
at all.
I'm not
Because
saying
it's
it's an
not-
amazing idea,
Oh,
but
but
I'm
even
saying
like
if they reported today that we have a one-off game against a marquee opponent in 2030, and it's in a major European city at a soccer stadium that has the infrastructure to handle 65,000 people, I would definitely consider making that trip.
So I see that, but I think you're being too generous to them that they're gonna make all of those concessions and considerations so that you're not giving anything up. I think we're gonna get, if we do that, we're gonna give something up, and I don't want to give up anything for it. A home game, a marquee matchup, home and home, whatever it might happen to be. I don't want to give anything up, and I don't think it would work out that way. I think we would end up giving something up.
well, no, I want to make sure I'm clear too. Is I'm against it happening. If it happens, you're damn right. I'm going to make. the
Oh
trip.
yeah, we're gonna try to
Like,
go.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Europe and watch my favorite team on earth perform. Absolutely. But in terms of the necessity or the desire for it, I have none.
I mean,
Like,
didn't we have like Bama, Ohio State at Jerry World or something like in the last 6 or 8 years?
Was it
or
Ohio
like
State or?
Somebody played in,
it was like Bama USC.
was
Yeah,
it,
but
was it
yeah.
USC LSU in Vegas or something a couple
That
years
was
ago?
last year, I think.
Mhm.
I mean, that's the
Yeah.
same exact thing. They're playing a one-off game against 2 major opponents in a different place. It
But
just
if-
happens to be instead of playing at the Raiders or playing at Jerry World, you're playing it.
Well, I
in
don't know
Dublin.
if I want to
regard-
play.
regardless
I don't know if I want to go to Jerry
No,
World.
I don't.
or
I don't want
Vegas.
any neutral sites for kickoff week. I don't like it. That said, you're also assuming here, and maybe it's my own thought process. Going to Dublin and going to Dallas are two very different things. Like the accessibility of fans in terms of, I know
Yeah.
the fans who want to go and can go
Oh, you're
will
talking-
make the trip.
It's the 1%.
Yeah,
No question.
and-
I'm not in the 1% of
no, but I know you.
wealth, but I would definitely.
It's in the
save up and make that
1% of
trip.
fans who would want to make the commitment, right? We all here would make the commitment to go. You're not gonna get, like, I'm not gonna get fulfilled. I say
I mean,
that.
you're giving your fans a vacation too.
Correct.
The
Uh,
athletic director's like, we're
you're
not.
not giving them
All the
anything.
kickoff clubs, we talked to all this, and we're scheduling
Tell the
We have
Florida
an
State
open
fans
spot in our
last year that
schedule
they got a vacation.
that we're putting this team over there.
My other question is, do the players Are they on like an extended trip? Like, do they get to go tour
Yeah,
or something?
I'm pretty sure they
Yeah,
do.
I
They
think
go
they're
out, they go
showing
out
up
like a
like-
week.
They're not showing up like 48 hours.
No,
No,
I think
they'll be there for
they're
10
already,
days.
they're all already out there.
They're probably getting 10 days. They spend the first 2 or 3 getting to sightsee. Then they've got practices and then probably 1 or 2 other days
Well,
of
that-
like banquet type stuff. And then it's games.
I'll look at it this way. I question your seriousness about your commitment to pursuing a championship if
Completely
you're
agree.
taking a vacation at the start of the
Well,
season.
this
If all
team's
that-
serious about
I have it
championships.
from a very high source.
Our team,
Why? Why do you say that?
because we haven't played one in 15 years.
I have it
That
from a
makes me
very
not
high
serious
source
about
that
it.
Yep.
Brett Venables, OU was asked, and it was a definitive no.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Slightest.
Yeah.
Well,
And
but-
because I think they're
but to
serious
your
about
point,
football.
And to your point, I think it's because you have to give up a lot,
Yeah,
and the
not to mention
diminishing returns just outweighs
The-
that a lot.
the jet lag
Yeah.
and that effect.
What's
That
the
would-
what's the great return of going to Philadelphia to play Temple this year?
Not shit, but you do it because it's a home and home, and
It's
we
college
played them
football,
last
it's just
year.
college
Yeah,
football.
that's just part
Yeah,
of the
but-
deal.
We've in the past when we've had chump teams like this,
Yeah, it's usually
it's a
two
two
for
for
one.
one.
Yeah.
So how do we end up with a 1-1 with Temple?
Was this a part of the adjustment though, in terms of like what we had to
Had to
reschedule
fill
with the SEC?
fill some
and
spots
fill some
because of
spots?
Tennessee
losing
and
Georgia.
LSU and Georgia and stuff. Maybe, I don't know.
But regardless, I mean, whatever. We get 3 out of 4 of our non-conference games at home.
I'm not
gonna
saying every deal
complain
they've
about
ever
it.
negotiated was genius, but I do commend them for turning down this deal.
I just see a way that this could be fun for the team, the coaches, alumni, hardcore fans.
You know what it feels like is like a little bit like those early NCAA early season like tournaments where you're going to the Bahamas and like
Yep.
it's just a theatric thing.
But see,
Yep.
And
That
I
no
would
one
not
pays
I would
attention to.
we do not treat this as a theater performance. This is
You can't.
if you lose, you could be fucked.
see, as much as
Truly.
we don't think the Western Michigan game makes any sense, maybe Michigan did look at it like this is a vacation for our fans. This is a game we should win. You can go to Europe, your team can win, and you can come home. If you were going over there and playing
Right.
another big boy opponent,
Right.
and people
Georgia
like us
Tech.
are legitimately pissed off of losing football games,
Right.
that could ruin our European
No, and that's a
trip.
great point. I would be
Maybe I'd
more,
rather play a dumb
No.
dumb.
Oh,
because-
we go play Temple now and not Ohio State.
No, I want to play
Yeah.
Temple in
Yeah.
in Dublin.
Oh, I
If-
agree.
If
That's
I
what I'm
have
talking about.
if
Yeah.
I have to go
Yeah.
play in Dublin, I want to make sure I'm winning
Yes,
that game.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Like,
I wanna
no
I
doubt
wanna
about
have-
it.
1,000%.
I wanna have
No doubt
worries,
about it.
And I want to have
No-
fun and watch
no
football.
chance of
Whoever these
losing.
contract negotiations with Temple, OU's like, instead of a home and home, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play in Norman in 2024, and then in 2025, we're gonna pay for your whole team and staff and everybody to play this game in Dublin. Meanwhile,
Maybe.
whoever's sponsoring this game TV wise
Yeah.
is actually picking up the check for like the majority of
I
it.
could get very on board with it.
Except I can go to Dublin by myself. I don't need my football team to go there. That actually doesn't make the trip any easier. It makes it harder. And two, you're still giving up everything that you're trying to pursue in terms of winning a championship.
But you
In
do get 2
basketball, it
weeks
doesn't
before your
matter
next
the
game.
same way,
Correct. It doesn't matter the same way.
but it still matters.
What if you get 2 weeks before your next game?
Well, but you're still giving up practices. I mean, that might help alleviate some of that cost,
still get
but
the
you're
same number
breaking
of
your
practices.
you're breaking your
If that's
rhythm.
regulated.
I don't know. I bet you don't get it all in with the jet lag and
I bet
and
the
all the
week zero
disruption.
teams got to start a week before everybody else.
Maybe
first-
so.
I bet
For-
they did.
No,
That
I-
may not be an
I
advantage.
guarantee you.
That may not be an advantage. I mean, you're starting really early and you're extending your season really long.
You're just a pessimist about all that.
I'm a total pessimist.
I'm a
about
pretty
it.
big pessimist about it.
I don't think it
I
makes
think it's
sense.
unnecessary. And to your point, if I want to go to Dublin, I can go to Dublin. I don't need the added stress. I don't need the added stress of trying
You
to.
can get there cheaper because OU's there.
Maybe.
Gives me a reason to go.
You may charter a couple American
Yeah,
Airlines
because
flights or
they're known
something,
for their really cheap
and
travel
they get a
accommodations.
better deal. And it's
I
like,
want to look into that.
we've got 3 planes worth of OU fans
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they're getting 10% off their flights to Dublin. Because,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
because they bought the thing.
If
I'm
Nebraska's
going to watch.
if
but they don't do
Nebraska's
it that
not
way.
chartering flights, and I met some Nebraska fans on a connecting flight when they went over to Dublin and lost to Northwestern. If Nebraska fans aren't getting chartered flights to Dublin, we're more than likely. not
Listen,
getting
I'm
chartered
going to
flights.
watch an OU football game and just happen to be visiting Dublin. Not the other way around.
Not the other way around.
Right.
See, I'd be vice versa. I want to go to Dublin to experience Dublin. I don't want to go to Dublin because my football team is there.
Right. It
And I'm there.
interferes
Yeah,
with
but-
my Dublin.
But that's
Yeah.
one day of your, if you go on a 6-day trip to Dublin.
But it could fuck the
You-
trip.
Not if you're
It could
playing, not if you're
completely
playing
screw
nobody
the
like you're
trip.
saying. You fly in on Tuesday, you hang out Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you go to the OU game on Saturday. Meanwhile, the whole time you're in Dublin, you're high-fiving and Boomer Sooner and OU fans left and right because you've encompassed the whole
Nobody likes my
area around the stadium where everybody's
I
got
like it.
hotels to go hang out and watch OU play.
So you have to play a bigger nobody than like Georgia Tech.
Yeah, you gotta get
That's
a
what they're
real
saying.
nobody.
But Georgia Tech was not a
Like-
nobody. though.
Temple's a good example.
Yeah, Temple's.
Theoretically, Tempo's pretty weak. I mean, they're at the basement of college football.
Except for when they had Matt Rule.
Yeah, but right now they're at the basement. So
They
Anyway,
still can't
that's
get on
not a
board.
very
I'd say,
appealing.
Talking it to death.
I'd say I'm not saying we should definitely do it, but I wouldn't poo-poo the idea.
It's interesting. That's got.
I think it's really
controversy.
stupid playing a week 0 very critical conference game
You know
Well, I
why?
think
From-
the conference game part of it's,
Oh, conference
From-
games horrendous.
from two
I
ranked
would never want to do that.
two ranked Big 12
Well,
teams.
two
It
of the
could be
teams-
a top 4 to top 3 two teams
Yeah.
playing in week 0 in a foreign country. I think is
I
ridiculous.
don't want that to count against conference standings, so I'm definitely not for that.
No, I know that, but I'm just saying, I think the way they've structured it and like whatever, these teams got on board and they said yes, it's dumb. And I think the teams, whoever comes out losing that game is gonna be like, damn,
Well, we've had.
that sucks.
I don't know how good Western Michigan is, but they're not Temple. If I am thinking correctly about where Western Michigan is, and the last two
One's in Michigan. one's in
examples of this,
Philadelphia.
are they different places?
Yep.
The last two examples of this saw a giant upset. Now, not that Florida State was gonna actually turn in and do anything last year, but it wrecked their.
It was 2 out of 3 because Nebraska was 2022
Okay,
because we played them that year.
that's right.
Because
And then
that's when Scott Frost basically ruined his career.
ruined his
at
career,
Nebraska
it
with the
ruined
onside
Nebraska.
kick.
So
They did a
they
Notre Dame game
lose.
that was not fun at all.
And then who won Notre Dame?
It was Notre Dame
Navy?
and,
No.
I think it was,
it
was
was
it Navy
Navy,
or
I
Army?
it was one of the two,
Yeah,
and it was a bloodbath.
It was a blow.
which was interesting because that's a game you can lose. And then Georgia Tech goes and beats Florida State. So I don't know. It's
And
got
that was one of the more
I
fun
think it's
week
just,
0
I think it's
games.
disruptive for what you're really trying to get at, and that's championship football. And that's perfect because this is the prediction pod, and we're gonna talk predictions today. We're gonna do some over-unders. We're gonna talk about college football playoff. We're gonna predict who's gonna be in the playoff, who's gonna be Final Four, who's gonna be champion, and we're gonna talk about the SEC title game. Before we do that, let's review a little bit of where we were from last year. Last year, we picked 18 over-unders, and all but one of us did pretty well in that. Lucas won 6 of the 18, 33%.
We have to rehash this.
Connor and Jay did 10 out of 18, 56%, and I did 13 out of the 18, 72%.
Pretty good.
But when we predicted the college football teams in the playoff,
It's so
just to get the teams there, Steve and Jay got 7 out of the 12.
Damn right.
Connor got 6. Lucas got 8. You got eight of the teams. Now, in terms of predicting them exactly in their seed, getting the seed correct, Connor got none, Lucas got 1, Steve and Jay got 2. So let's see if we can do better than that this year, guys. We've got a lot of things to cover. Let's start with the over-unders, because I think that's kind of the more interesting
Oh, I didn't bring my sheet.
piece of the
I
puzzle.
took a photo.
You got a photo?
No,
Okay.
you're an idiot.
I am an idiot.
You sound like Nickelback over here.
So
Look at this photograph.
No, nobody needs to sing that ever. Especially not you.
So we're gonna start with the SEC, and we're gonna actually start with Oklahoma, and then we're kind of gonna work down through conferences. We're gonna do like 22 or 23. I don't know how many are on the sheet. We're gonna do the teams of kind of notoriety and importance to OU. We'll run through this pretty quickly. OU 6.5. I think that is, and we'll have a lot more to talk about it in the next pod. I think that is just the easiest money there ever was in the history of money. That's
How old is this line?
that's that's
That's,
Oh,
the
it's
current
fresh.
line. That's
It's
fresh.
fresh.
that's fresh.
That's fresh.
It's crazy.
I thought it gone up to 7
7?
and maybe even 7.5.
I had heard 7.5, and then and that quickly went away, and everybody's at the 6.5 nonsense.
Okay.
So I got over. Connor, what do you got?
Hard over.
Hard over. Jay,
Hardo.
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Lucas.
Over.
That's 4 overs.
Hey, Nolan.
I don't see a world where we Lose.
Okay, let's not say.
7
that.
games.
All right, here we go.
We can all see the world, but let's choose not. to.
Yes.
How many receivers do we have to lose before that happens?
Yeah, we probably have to lose just one quarterback.
Game's not over, baby. Game's not over.
Well, turning to our arch rivals, Texas, the number 1 team in the country, they are supposed to win 9.5 games. And let's reverse it. Lucas, what do you got?
Under.
Jay?
Under.
Connor?
Under.
I got them under as well. That's just difficult to do. Even though their schedule is relatively easier than OU's and some others, that's just tough to do to win 9.5 games in the SEC. With
They
all
do
the,
have the easiest.
with all the players they've lost, they do have the easiest
It's
schedule.
easy.
But
It's
they
not
have played
as
Ohio
easy.
State game 1.
So I did see.
That's the hard part of it.
I
yeah.
did see one of the shows. It's not as easy as it looks. Like I think someone like Bama or LSU, they actually have like the 14th ranked schedule in the conference or something. But Texas is like 6 or 7. It's a little harder than I give
Somewhere
it
in the
credit
middle.
for, but it's not super.
Well, they've got a lot of teams that are just mid
yes,
that could actually sneak up on them.
a little
Kentucky,
losable games.
yeah, losable games.
Yeah.
Florida. Nolan
losable game.
consolation over under 9.5 for Texas.
Over.
Dang.
I think they win 10.
Wow, that's a sicko
You
remark.
got them beating Ohio State.
Yes.
Wow.
I think they do beat Ohio State.
Well, Georgia is at 9.5. I have them under.
I've got them under.
Over.
Which team? I'm sorry.
Georgia, you're
Uh,
over.
Skip.
You're over.
We can't.
I'm
flip
over.
it.
Everybody else went. You're
Well,
over.
I closed my.
You're over. I
thing.
know you're over. So
I forgot my paper.
that's a lot of wins, but okay. So now we got Alabama. I got them under.
I've got them over.
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 Boy, you guys, I don't know. I'm not buying the. Are you buying the Bama hype?
What's the line?
9.5.
Under.
Thank you. Missouri, 7.5. Missouri, they're not a very good football team. And they play a so-so schedule. I got them under.
I've got a disappointing year for Missouri as well. I got under.
I got them over.
Under.
I looked at the schedule.
3-1. I looked at the schedule.
I looked at the
too.
schedule too, but I don't think
They got
Missouri's
8
very
wins.
good.
They got 8 wins in that. That's not that bad.
Not gonna
They
happen.
have a really easy schedule.
It's
And
pretty,
they have a really easy SEC schedule.
I had them at 7, so
they're just not a good team. And a lot of those easy games are not gonna be so easy for them. LSU, 8.5.
I've got LSU over.
Over.
That's a hard over for me as well.
I got them under. I think they're gonna disappoint.
Lots of loss in Norman then.
That's obvious. Yeah.
I mean, I've got them losing to Clemson to start the season.
You have the
but
number 1 pick in the country. Going
What do you mean?
7 and
What do you mean?
That's
Number one
fire.
pick.
that's mine.
Oh, number 1 pick in Nussmeier.
I mean, top 5 pick, probably.
Well,
Yeah.
still, it's,
Yeah.
Nick Anderson.
Top QB.
They got one of the best.
Nick
receivers.
Anderson's
They
not
got
even
Bauer
playing.
Sharp.
Sure.
They do have Barrow Sharp. Hold on, changing. Tennessee, 8.5. I have over.
I've got under on this one.
Under.
So Tennessee's gonna surprise, I think. Mississippi, 8.5 as well. The last SEC team we'll talk about, I've got them under.
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 Unanimous under. You agree, Nolan?
Yep.
All right.
Under.
Penn State moving to the Big Ten, 10.5 wins. Now, 10.5 is a big number. That means you
Gigantic.
can only lose one game.
And one of the crazy
That's-
easiest schedules.
And they only play one.
Really tough. I got them over.
Same.
I've got them under.
Over.
Over.
I've got them under.
That's a very good line.
Penn State is going to.
10.5 is a
point.
pretty big line.
I
Penn
mean,
State's gonna
James
disappoint.
Franklin.
So you're looking at the
Penn
Franklin
disappointed.
factor.
Yeah. In big games.
Yeah, but here's the deal. He loses the games
The 50-50
he's
games.
supposed to lose and wins all the rest.
All the rest.
and
he's
all the
supposed
rest
to
on his
win all-
schedule are 11-game wins.
Yeah.
There's one that
I
you
kind
might
of
not
feel
win.
that way.
Yeah.
Now we turn to Ohio State, a team that's lost a lot. They won the national title last year. I got them under.
Got them over.
Under.
Nolan,
there.
10.5.
Under.
Oregon, the last 10.5 of 3 10.5s in the Big Ten. I have them over 10.5. I looked at the schedule and I think they actually can do it.
I have an under.
Over.
Break the tie, Nolan.
I haven't taken a look at their schedule. Let
No,
me take a
it's
quick
skip.
look.
No,
Skip.
you're too late.
Too late.
Indiana, 8.5. I have them under.
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 I think they're going to disappoint.
It's
I
gonna
feel
be
sorry.
It's a one-trick pony.
Hilarious. That is gonna be
Yeah.
Like TCU.
hilarious.
It was, yeah.
It will be.
They are not repeating what happened.
It will be a lot of fun to watch.
It's going to be.
If they go over that
It's going to
number,
be kind of sad, but also funny.
Signetti needs to go somewhere legitimate.
Yeah. for
'Cause
sure.
if he can go 2 years in a row of being
Oh,
9+
10, 11
wins,
wins. Yeah.
then he
Yeah.
deserves a real big boy
go
job.
find a real job.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not gonna be serious about it unless you can find some David Booth money who's gonna build you a metropolis and give you a bunch of players to go with it. I don't know. Michigan 8.5. Relatively tougher schedule, so I guess I get the 8.5 part, but I got them over.
I've got him over as well.
I got 'em under.
I got him over.
Like under. I think they go right at 8.
Okay. USC 7.5. I have them under.
Under.
Over.
Over. I think Lincoln finally gets a defense.
I think Lincoln breaks his back this year.
It may be it for Lincoln, huh?
That-
What do you think, Nolan?
Under.
They hired a real defensive coordinator last year. It was just his first year. I think that identity is going to shift.
Still Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think
to
they've
see.
got
They're very
5.
volatile.
I think they've got 7 wins. That
Yeah.
you can count as wins, and they've got 5 games that are toss-ups.
Yeah.
And I think they can pull a 1 toss-up.
I looked at more toss-ups than that actually. I thought there were at least 6 toss-ups. In fact, I thought there was one that was definitely a loss.
Oh, there's a couple probably definite losses.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, a couple definite losses and then some
I put
toss-ups.
those in the.
I'm
Well-
with Jay. I had him in like 6 wins, 2 definite losses, and 4 toss-ups. So I give him 2. of the
Well, to
toss-ups.
me, one that relates to it that's on their schedule is Nebraska. They're the next team to talk about. 7.5. I have Nebraska at an over. I'm a Matt Rule fan. I think they're gonna do it.
I like Raiola. I got him over as well.
Over across the board. Nolan?
Yep.
Ah, go Big Red. Notre Dame 10.5. That is a weak ass schedule.
Hardest
That-
games are the first 2 of the year.
Yeah, and then it just starts going away. Now, I mean, that depends. If USC is good, that gets tough. There's some things that could happen.
I put them under.
I put them under as well.
I've got him under
I've got him under.
just by a game. I mean,
Yeah.
I can see him
They'll be
winning.
10 team. They'll be in the.
It's tough to win
I can see 'em
11
too.
games. It's tough.
I
Nolan,
agree. 10. I think they.
Miami, Florida, 9.5. They are a hot commodity in the ACC, one of the top teams there. I have them over.
Got him over.
Under.
Carson Beck is horrible. I've got him under.
You can't have the number 1 pick in the draft and still barely cover this. You're not going to do it with Carson Beck.
All right. Clemson, 9.5. Clemson is an oddball, so it'll be really interesting if they win. The story's going to be that Dabo can do something different than everybody else, and you don't have to transfer
Well, he
portal
took transfers
guys.
this year, didn't he?
Did he?
A couple.
Yeah, this year he
Man,
It
finally
wasn't 0.
he started
Minimal.
taking
Minimal.
Still. So we'll see. But I have them actually as an over.
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 Way over. Maybe undefeated.
There you go. There you go. I think there's a chance. I think you got a good point.
Words that might bite you in the butt when they lose to LSU first game of the season.
That
probably.
could be true. It could
Where are
be
they
true.
playing that game?
That is
Neutral site?
probably in
Uh,
I
Atlanta.
think it's Atlanta.
It's probably the Chick-fil-A kickoff.
Okay.
Next team
And
is
the game you never want
Arizona.
to play in.
Exactly.
Arizona State.
Look the last time we played a neutral site game against BYU.
Yeah, that's right.
I see
Fluke.
it listed
Fluke?
as a home game for us.
Yeah,
Or
Fluke
for-
Well,
Sam
someone
Bradford
has to be home.
separated his shoulder.
Yeah,
It says
Doesn't happen with playing at home.
Memorial Stadium, Clemson, South Carolina.
South
Oh.
Carolina.
They're not.
Clemson, South Carolina.
Yeah, they're playing in Clemson. He's saying.
That's
What?
that's what's listed on ESPN.
Clemson.
that I'm looking at.
Clemson plays South Carolina at
Clemson is
Clemson.
not. Clemson's not
Clemson
playing
is-
LSU.
No, Clemson is
Clemson
playing
plays LSU the opening week.
in Clemson, South Carolina.
No.
Oh,
That's all, yeah.
No, they're not.
I mean,
Come on, stats guy.
I'll look it up.
You're
That's
being
what
challenged.
That's what ESPN.
LSU would say hell no.
Not if it's a home and
oh,
home.
if it's a home and home.
How do you spell hell in Cajun? Hey,
Texas is going to Ohio State.
Hell no.
Same thing.
Well, we don't know that if there's a repeat. I haven't heard of.
I mean, are you following schedules for year to year and
Yeah.
ACC versus
you
SEC?
believe the stats guy.
You don't know what I do with my
I
day.
believe the stats guy. You believe the stats guy. I believe the stats guy.
Raise the
That
stats,
game
right?
is at Clemson.
I'd know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it says.
Stats guy's a winner.
That's incredible.
I just assume.
Wow.
Boom, roasted, Jay.
100% assume.
And back to maybe not losing the game.
That may
I legit 100% assume that was a neutral site.
that may be
I can't
the-
believe they
I mean,
did
would
that.
you assume Ohio State, Texas is neutral site?
No, but
it's literally the
that
same
kind
thing.
of game is always in the South,
No,
a
but-
neutral site game.
It is, exactly. And
They-
Texas, Ohio State also gets the kickoff at 11 a.m. So that
What does that
probably
mean?
turns into the best week one matchup that we get.
Is
Clemson,
that the
South
Sunday
Carolina.
game?
No, it's
They
it's
declined the
Saturday
Sunday
night.
game,
Saturday night.
the Texas game. They declined. playing
No.
Sunday.
What is the Sunday
Clemson,
night game? In the Monday night
Monday
game
night's
is not-
TCU, North Carolina.
Yeah,
I don't know what the Sunday night
come
game
on,
is.
try to
but,
make me care, you know?
no, that
Bill
that
Belichick.
Saturday night game.
Oh, that's true, it's Belichick,
Everybody-
yeah.
Saturday night game.
He'll be watching to see if Jordan's
Sunday
on the
night
sideline.
game is Notre Dame, Miami.
Oh,
Oh.
that's legit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's real legit.
What's the date for that?
Sunday.
The 31st, 6:30.
The
Day
day
after-
after ours.
Day
Okay.
after.
Nice.
Oh.
Then South
yeah,
Carolina
we're
being
gonna-
a true home game is awesome. That is great.
Yeah, that's
We'll
something.
miss the LSU Clemson game. 'cause
We
that's the night game
will.
Saturday.
That sucks.
Well, our kickoff's at 5, right?
We'll be back in time to watch some good
We
football.
get the second half of that. If it's
Yeah.
a 7 o'clock kickoff,
Yeah.
6:30.
6:30.
Oh, yeah.
Hour and a half.
You
Yeah,
some
that's
of it,
kinda
yeah.
hot, yeah. By the time we
Aren't-
walk back
aren't
over here.
pay-per-view games
Yeah,
usually
it's
quicker?
5:30.
Less,
No,
I thought so. I
No,
thought they
they're
were
not.
less TV.
they're
Oh.
not.
Is that
no.
paper?
They're still 2.5 minutes.
Oh,
It's
our
gonna be
game-
ESPN.
our game-
Oh, at ESPN Plus, yeah. The next, the Kent State game is one of them's pay-per-view. Is it not pay-per-view?
No, I think ESPN Plus took over their pay-per-view.
No, then one of those games will be on Prime Network. Then we only get one streaming game a year. I'm pretty sure. I think
So it's
everything else
ESPN
is-
Plus, it's not pay-per-view? I thought it was pay-per-view.
I don't think we do pay per view.
Oh.
I don't think we did pay-per-view.
I think ESPN.
I go to
Plus-
football games. I don't know. I
Yeah.
watch
Oh,
it
we don't-
on
we don't
TV
know.
like some
Yeah.
kind of plebe. All right. Turning to Arizona State, the winner of the Big 12 from last year, the team that beat Texas but didn't get credit for it. 8.5 wins. I got them under. I think they lost their production, and it's just not going to look real pretty for them.
Same.
Same, under.
Definitely under.
Okay.
Over.
Overcoming the left
Back to
field.
back Big 12.
Billingham's good.
Dillingham is a
Champion.
You ever
Good coach?
claim that to be
Yeah,
over,
to
dude?
be.
Oh, slow down.
Still.
I think
hard beat.
trying to replace Scadaboo is, for a team like Arizona State,
Yeah,
it's nearly
It's everything. It's
Nearly
everything.
He got yardage and first downs and momentum.
Nobody should have gotten.
That nobody should, yeah.
Yeah.
ESPN Plus and SEC Network, by the way.
Okay.
Illinois State, Kent State,
Okay.
respectively.
Thank you. Texas Tech, 8.5. They're a conundrum. They just lost their running back. I believe he's
Yep.
the starter.
Yep.
8.5. I'm gonna take the over. It's the Big 12.
Taking the over.
Who knows?
Over.
9.
We all think
Over.
the same.
Look
All
at
think
nine.
the same. Kansas State, 8.5. So there's 3 teams right there at the top of the Big 12 standings or the Big 12 projected standings. They're the third one, 8.5 wins. I'm gonna say under.
I like climbing, but
I
I
do
got the
too.
under because I think they got a couple tough road games,
I think I have the over.
I'll get the over.
including in Dublin.
Now, don't be, when we come to predicting the playoff, you might see a contradiction here, but that's okay because you can have contradiction. It's not consistent all the way through. I can hedge my bets.
I'm gonna take the under on Kansas State.
All right, thank you.
Good for you, Nolan.
That's the right pick. Lastly, and very last, Oklahoma State, 4.5 wins. That's just sad as can be.
I
Can you
will-
imagine if we rolled out with 4.5 wins?
I will sing
and an
my
over-under?
yearly Mike Gundy praises. Mike Gundy's hitting the over on this, and it's
I agree.
if I
100%
had
agree.
100%. Yeah.
if I had
Hard agree.
if I got to parlay 3 of these teams, it would be OU, LSU, and Oklahoma State to hit the overs, because Mike Gundy will win more than 4 games.
I think your only
For
difficult one there is LSU.
I agree.
I think that LSU is tough, but 4.5 wins, like he's toast if he doesn't cover.
If Gundy only wins 4 games or less,
I think if he wins 5, he might be done.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
I
come
look at
on.
the schedule. I
What are
think
we
he's got,
doing here?
I think he's got 6.
So I tell you another thing that's a difficulty for him. If Texas Tech wins the Big 12 with what they're doing and how they're doing it, or if Kansas makes a big showing with what they're doing, where they're
Everyone's gonna
basically the,
ask.
you know,
Got all of
David
the
Booth
above,
is the
too.
T. Boone Pickens of 2025. So here we are, roughly 15 years later, and he's doing the same thing. You know that's got to stick in their crawl, and they got to say, "What are we doing? This is trouble. We got to get out of this."
Well, and I know I was talking crap about it, but I mean, you see a team like Kansas gets this renaissance in the last 2.5 to 3 years of interest or in competitiveness in football, they throw money at the football program to go and build this very nice stadium. And they are what Oklahoma State thought they were when Pickens was throwing them the money.
Right.
And now
Right,
Kansas
right.
is doing it in an age where not only can you just throw money at stadiums, you can throw money at players.
Right.
So there's a very weird kind of controversy there.
The money was also different the way Pickens gave it to.
Oh, it was
OSU.
it was weird.
It wasn't just like, here's 300 million
Mhm.
like Booth did. It was
No.
like, here's stocks and bonds and stuff that.
No, it wasn't even stocks and bonds.
That
It
he
was
was given-
interest in his oil companies, and there were two major problems with it from the finances of it. One was that he was encumbering them by saying, I want you to stay invested in these things I'm giving you, which is usually completely imprudent. You never do that. The foundation has an investment policy that they have to follow, and they will liquidate those
So they had to leverage
holdings.
against it or what?
No, they had to just hold it. And it went to zero. And he had to reimburse them on all of it. It literally went to zero in the crunch that happened. So that was really bad. And then the other was he gave such a large amount that he threatened the nonprofit status of their foundation in terms of being a public foundation. Because you can't take as a public foundation, so I don't remember the percentage, but such a percentage from a single donor, or you risk the tax deductibility that all your other donors have enjoyed. And so it was so sloppily done. The people at the Oklahoma State Foundation were just like beside themselves on how do we deal with this. They ended up setting up a separate foundation for it, an athletic foundation, to kind of go around the fact. It was very, very tricky and very messy. I think the David Booth process, I really like David Booth. I'm a big David Booth fan.
Where's his money from?
Investing. So he's brilliant.
Was it tech?
No, it's
All right.
no, I don't think so. It's just investing in that world. I don't know. There may be a tech angle to it that I don't know about, but he was the University of Chicago guy,
You're saying I have a chance.
real big. Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Giants in the field, French and Fama. He's founded DFA, Dimensional Investment, and it's a phenomenal firm. I was asked today if I had $5 billion, which that's roughly his estimated net worth, would I give, let's assume he gave $100 million to the Kansas football program stadium development. Would I give that much money to OU basketball? And I think the answer is I probably would. So like,
How much was it?
I'm guessing it was a $300 million gift, but it was distributed across a lot of different
Area,
things.
yeah.
So I think
You give it the basketball team?
because if I'm a Kansas alum,
Where you're.
what's my number one is basketball. Football's very secondary. So at OU, it's the reverse, and basketball's very secondary. Obviously, I'd give it to football. Or
Basketball,
could be obvious.
you can do more with less.
You could do more with less, and I think what I probably would do is, yes, I probably would. If I had $5 billion, I probably would. And I'd tell them, we're gonna tear down the field house and we're gonna build a new stadium right there. And it's gonna be a palace right there. It's gonna be awesome because we're gonna keep this on campus and I get to direct it that way. So I think I probably would do it.
I thought you meant buying players, because literally you just need.
Oh, I would do a lot of that
seven
too.
big time players.
Oh,
and
I
you
would
can
do,
put Natty.
tell me, we'd be all about that too. We'd be all in, which leads me back to, what are our billionaires doing? What are Oklahoma billionaires doing? Come on, guys.
Those exist.
Yeah, they do. There's a softball stadium.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would
I
spend my
love
money
that
differently.
place.
All I need is the 5 billion. So if I could just get to the 5 billion, if you guys have any ideas,
You just have to
maybe
double your money
The podcast will get
every
full.
day
Travel.
for like 3 months.
like a month.
Back in time.
Yeah, we could do that.
Five.
Yeah.
Oh, it probably would.
Simple.
What is it? It's like probably 20 days, double, which depends on
Well,
what
if you
we
did a
start with.
penny, if you did a penny every
Oh,
day for a
penny.
month, that's $1 million,
Oh, it's
right?
penny a
10
day.
million?
I think it's a bigger number than that. Do your
2010, buy some
Gets
2010
interest.
Bitcoin, you're all good.
what, stats boy, what's 2 to the 30th?
Is that a real math problem?
It's important.
I think it's like $1 billion. 1,073,741,824.
So that'd be, if you started with a penny,
Mhm.
that'd be 10 million. So there we go.
Well, I
Let's
gotta
do
do.
it. That's all you gotta do.
I can make it.
Couple more days
First 2
doubling
weeks.
and you got it.
I can make it the first 2 weeks.
What are we
too.
talking about right now?
How we're
Doubling
gonna
your
get
money
to
every
5
day.
billion.
No idea.
All right, that's the goal.
All right. So let's turn to who we think the CFP teams are gonna be, college football playoff. And then we're gonna turn to who we think will emerge in the final four there, and then who's gonna be the champion. Actually, before that, let's do this SEC title. Let's skip to that, if
Okay.
you don't mind.
Yep.
So SEC title game. Connor, who you got in the SEC title this year?
LSU and Alabama.
Very defensible picks for sure. Not gonna happen, but it's very defensible.
I will defend it.
Jay, who you got?
Oh man, I've got it old and boring. Bama, Georgia.
Same old, same old. You agree with Connor on one of them. Lucas, who you got?
I got LSU, Georgia.
LSU, Georgia. Well, I'll tell you that one of you is right on one of those picks. It's going to be Georgia against the University of Oklahoma. University of Oklahoma is going to be there. You heard it here first. I'm taking
You heard it here
action.
for years.
I am taking action right now. I put money this week on it. It's going to happen. It's going to be there
And we will be at that game.
to
And
be in the game.
It's no
Yes,
wonder
we
you
will
don't
be
have
in that
$5
game.
billion because you're always backing the wrong side.
Yeah, I'd have a lot of money if I didn't bet on OU football. I'd have a lot of money. SEC champion, though, I'm sad to report it's going to be Georgia. Georgia, thorn in our side. They're going to beat us. They're gonna win the SEC. Connor, who you got?
LSU.
Yeah, disgusting.
I've got Georgia.
Oh, at least you're right.
I've got Bama. I actually I don't even know why I have Georgia there. I don't think Georgia's gonna be that good.
I
I
agree.
I concur.
I agree. I don't know what I'm doing here
I just
because
looked at it.
I have them
I
under.
went over the
And yet I've got
schedule.
them in the SEC title game and winning the SEC
Yeah,
title.
I-
Now they could be under and they could still make it. I mean, it's theoretical. It could happen.
And if you want to buy into,
I'm buying into Kirby Smart.
what coaches say or don't
That's-
say.
That was my
Combined.
thought.
Kirby's real. Kirby's
Yeah,
real. I
but-
believe in Kirby.
Okay, I agree. And there's one thing, and it could just be subconsciously or whatever he's not subconsciously, but subtly saying it. He's talked more and more this year than I've ever heard about. Depth just isn't the same,
Mm.
and we're playing a lot of young guys. And
Mm.
it sounds like could be a lot of built-in excuses to his fan base who's used to these blue bloods
Just
having-
showing up and winning.
but having 4 deep.
Right.
And I don't think anyone has 4 deep anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't know that they're going to have 4 deep going forward.
Maybe
And
not.
I think this is the first time they're dealing with that.
Hmm.
Or they've come to the realization that they don't as a coaching staff or something. And so he's trying to buffer the fans a little bit. So that worries me some. And I don't see him being that good.
I mean, anybody that can win 2 national titles with Stetson Bennett as your quarterback.
but I don't think
is an
they
amazing
even have a
coach.
Stetson Bennett though.
No,
That's
and-
what I'm saying.
But also, I don't know if they could do that in today's football. So the
No,
game
that's what I
is
was about to
different
say,
than
too.
it
Today,
was.
today's
The
2 years.
parity,
ago.
the
Yes.
parity last year.
Just the makeup, the
Yeah.
playoff.
yeah, the parity.
I don't
last
think
year
you get
that
to
we
the
saw,
playoff.
And now the parity, I think, is
You
multiplied
don't have Georgia in the
this year.
playoff?
It's
You
crazy.
gotta win the SEC.
No, I don't think he could with Stinson Bennett. Those teams, I don't think they could have. They're not going to coast through a 12-team playoff the way that they could do in a 14 playoff. Is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
I don't know, but I'll tell you who I do have in the playoff because that's what we're going to discuss next. So I'm going to read through my teams 1 through 12, and then we'll go through everybody else do that and try to identify, if you could, circle when someone says your team. I don't know. Let's try to get a consensus going if we could, and we'll report a consensus out to the fans. But I've got it 1 through 12: Penn State, Georgia, Clemson, Miami, Oregon, Kansas State, Ohio State, Oklahoma in 8. Very interestingly, Texas in 9. Oklahoma, Texas rematch. Boise State, Alabama, Liberty.
You have
Liberty.
Liberty
You have 10 of my 12.
predicted to win their conference.
You have
If you fucking say Liberty.
you have 10 of my 12.
Have you seen Liberty's schedule?
That's crazy.
They play Westmore High School.
And they would lose.
All right. I'll go next. I've got LSU, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, Kansas State, Oregon, Oklahoma at the 7, Miami, Boise State, Notre Dame, Texas, Penn State.
Do I have to read them all?
Yes, please do.
You have to, yes, you
That's
actually do have to.
extensive.
Yeah. That's the whole point of this.
I'm not gonna lie, looking at this, I did leave out Notre Dame. I don't know why. I think I was going through the conferences, to be
They,
honest with you.
if they lose 2 games and definitely 3, they're out.
I think they're a 2-loss team and they'll be in. But anyways,
Replace Liberty.
Bama, Penn State, Clemson, Georgia, Ohio State, Utah, Big 12 champions, Oregon, LSU, Kansas State, Georgia Tech, Boise, and OU at 12, first 9-3 team in.
2 Big 12 teams.
I don't hate that actually.
Thank you, Nolan.
I do.
Well, not the Big 12 team, but
Don't.
overall, you got some
Thank you.
sneaky.
Give Steve your picks
That's
so we can write them down. No, let him look at it.
No, I've already
Yeah.
had his.
Okay.
That's cinnamon.
He's a good man.
I've got stat guys here, because I haven't had
Yeah,
a chance.
so,
to do
so
it.
he cannot claim these, folks.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna go off the fly.
Oh, you're gonna change in a men's stat guide?
Yeah,
Whoa,
I have
then go slow.
Clemson 1,
Okay,
Georgia 2, Ohio State 3, Penn State 4, Alabama 5, Notre Dame 6, LSU 7. I'm gonna go Tech at 8. Boise,
Georgia or Texas?
Texas Tech. Boise at 9. I've got
Hell yeah, I agree.
We all have Boise State in there. You got
see what I've
exactly.
got
We
here.
have Boise at 11.
Yeah, I got him at 10.
I can't believe Boise and Liberty.
It's a smart man.
That's what's gonna happen.
Smart man.
Have you looked at what's going on with their
2
schedule?
at-large bullshit.
Yeah, it's gonna be, everyone's gonna be like, this is a joke.
Do you know how many 9-3 teams or major conferences
Are
we
not
picked
gonna
up
get
that
in
are
it.
just gonna
Not
get in?
Yes,
gonna get it
absolutely.
because of the bias.
Because
Crazy.
2 11-1 teams, exactly.
I'm gonna go. Where am I at? 10?
Yeah, you got 10 to go.
Let's go Oregon 10.
Ooh.
I already have LSU in there, don't
Yep,
No,
no, yes
that's
you
what you
do,
said.
yes you do,
I?
yes,
Okay.
in
I
7.
have Bama in there, right?
You do not have
Okay.
Alabama. No, you do, Alabama's 5.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You should have done this ahead of
You don't
time.
have OU in there.
Yeah, Oklahoma, okay.
Um, is there another ACC team worth a damn?
Miami would be the only one.
I'm so,
Georgia
That
Tech.
sucks.
I'm gonna let him finish.
Let's go Georgia Tech at
Oh
11,
my God.
I don't hate that either.
and
Shut up,
then
Nolan.
number 12.
It's in their blood.
Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner.
I don't think you get into 8-4.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Texas at 12.
I think I gotta respect it at this point. Your hedging of your own feelings and your own ability to put walls up to not let yourself feel like things are gonna be great is so incredible to me.
Here's
I've
what,
watched Brent Venables coach 3 Oklahoma football teams. He's won 6 games in 2 of those 3 seasons. The only season that he had a good season was when we had a crap schedule the last year we were in the Big 12.
here's the problem. We're gonna go out and we're gonna beat Illinois State 56-0. And this guy is not gonna start celebrating.
And it's gonna be,
If he, like,
it's gonna be a shitty
they've
performance.
already
What has Brent
exceeded
Venables proven to
everything.
you
They've
at
already exceeded
Oklahoma?
everything.
That he is a great head coach that can take a team to
Like,
play.
it's not just Brent Venables. It's not even just that. It's everything else around it.
It's a 12-team playoff. You don't have to be, I'm not, this is not, my views are a knock on Brent Venables, but you don't have to be a great coach to take a program like Oklahoma to the playoff
And I think we have the players.
Well,
with 12.
I think that we have the players
And I'm not saying he's not a great
to
coach.
do it.
Or
I
won't be.
really, really, really do think we have the players that can do it. That's a next week.
100%.
The players across the board and the assistant coaches, everybody on the same, I mean,
And-
you've got defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, all the way down. You've got everything you need in place to have a run to get to a playoff.
Roster wise, this is 2008, 2009 good.
And to your point, though, Lucas, if it comes down to a 7-5 or an 8-4 season, I would be shocked if it was because of the players. And it will be a Brent Venables problem. At which point I will start heavily criticizing.
Yeah, the excuses
tenure that
are
we have.
gone.
This might be a Jerry Schmidt problem. We wanted Jerry Schmidt gone the first time he was here.
That's a great
Because we
point.
had player after player for like 3 straight years going down to injury in camp.
So far,
Like not
but-
even in season.
That is a Brent Venables problem.
right.
On top
This
of it.
is not a
Yeah.
Jerry Schmidt.
And no, I don't think he's not gonna blame that, but you're right. If that is
Contributing
a
factor.
situation, yeah, I mean, everyone has to be
Knock
blamed
on
up
wood,
the
what
chain.
happened this year?
If it does happen
We
this
don't have a
year,
game for 10 days.
if we third, fourth week of the season and we start seeing injuries, you got a problem.
What's Florida's
I
problem?
mean, we're missing, Ott hasn't played.
Florida
in
has
practice.
devastating
Yeah,
injuries.
but
You're right.
how much?
We have 2
You're
healthy
right.
running backs.
But
No,
how
we
much?
don't. They're all
No,
playing. They're
how
all
much?
back. They're
And
all
how
playing.
much of that is exactly what we talked
Jay
about
Knott's 100%.
two podcasts ago of saying, look, if these guys are good to go, don't freaking let them practice.
They're not, and that's what they did.
Do not let them
I,
take contact.
I think they reevaluated the whole let's be tough and build
Yeah.
character and whateverness from what we've been doing from before.
Learn the playbook
they
and
said,
know that you know
no.
the playbook.
You're a star. You're gonna play. You don't need to show how tough you are. We're saving you for the season.
Go hang out.
Period. Now
So-
that is a Venables problem.
Let's give Fasusi a
To
heat
me.
stroke. That sounds like a great idea.
Well, it sounds like he's fat.
No, I don't think he's fat. I just think it's effing hot.
It's
here.
okay.
It's hot.
It's okay to be. I want my offensive linemen to be fat. Like
No,
I want them to be big fat.
I don't want
I
to messing out
think
in the
they
heat.
took extreme precautions on that.
So
After he passed.
things can happen though.
can't
Things can happen.
criticize
You don't think, and you don't honestly think it's Schnellenberger all over again. Come on.
No water breaks?
No water breaks.
There's no telling what's going on.
There's no
There's a
way.
reason Venables denied being in the SEC video thing or the Netflix thing
Because
or
of the
whatever.
distraction.
Because he doesn't want cameras around for whatever crazy shit he's doing.
Because he's electrocuting people when they don't do well.
Are
Who
we
knows?
okay to say
Now we're
you're-
saying it.
We don't know.
Are we okay to say you're on the anti Brent Venables train?
Nope.
Not yet.
I'm on. This is his last chance, Brent Venables.
All right. Well, then quit.
He has
shitting
to
on
win
him.
8 games or he is not a good enough head coach
No injuries,
to be at the University of Oklahoma.
guaranteed. I'm
Don't disagree.
Can't be no
1000%.
injuries.
Yes, you can. I
If you-
think you
if-
can say no injuries.
Yeah, did you
Four
listen to
running
last
backs,
pod?
3 of our 4 running backs get injured. I'm gonna
Not
give him a
according to
little
this
bit
guy.
of a break.
Not
No,
according to
I'm
this
not-
guy.
So three.
I won't even give you running back. I won't give you running. Last year was entire position groups. Okay, which is not going to happen again. Knock on wood. It's just not going to happen again.
Knock on some wood, damn it.
But like we talked about, if you lose Mateer and Hawkins, how the heck can that be on the football coach?
It's not a season at that point. It's like when
It
you.
just-
it-
So we lose
can't.
both quarterbacks after game 6
It just
and
can't.
he goes 5-7 and you're bringing him back. I'm
after
not
losing
losing-
both quarterbacks.
Yes.
What are you
It's
talking
his job to have
about?
quality-
To have a
quality
third
staff.
Win the second toughest schedule in the country.
You are so crazy. That is like the bulk of our schedule is in the back half of the season, and you're saying if they don't win a couple more, it's
Yeah.
not good enough. You're crazy. It's like
Not
when
crazy.
it's like when Bradford went down. Everyone knew Bradford goes down, we're screwed. We're screwed.
Get Bob out of here.
Yeah, we actually like that performance in that season in 2009 that Landry Jones put on. Not saying that Jones was a scrub. We overperformed expectations.
We went to the national championship the month or the 6 months before that season started.
And look who we
What has
lost.
Brent Venables done since he's been here that makes you think
Injuries
he's
matter and
Oh,
who's injured matters.
So, okay, a couple
You're
years ago, did you
Freaking
want
crazy.
Florida State in the playoff at 12-0 without Jordan Travis?
yes,
You
they
think it's
deserve
the
to be there.
same Team
They deserve to be there.
injuries completely change a team.
There's 85 scholarship players or whatever,
It's a
and
whole
they
different
lost
team.
one dude.
The quarterback
most
is the most
important player.
important position in all of sports.
And guess what? A second string quarterback who's really good is going to be somewhere else starting.
Pitcher in softball, more important. That's the only one. It's
You
the
could be
only
right.
one.
Yeah. In male
Ah.
sports.
We had this conversation last week. Hunter wasn't here. 8 is my bare minimum.
That's his number. That's
If
his
we
number.
lose 20
He's
freaking
hardcore.
Look,
starters
Chet Lou.
and we go four wins, he's gone.
I
If we go
actually
5 wins,
asked
he's
him
gone.
if an
we go 6 wins,
asteroid
he's gone.
hits and we don't win 8 games,
He's gone.
he's gone.
If I had the power.
That's why you sit in the freaking end zone. God.
Quote of the
22
night.
17 is
That's
he
it,
has
Too
too
much heat.
I'm not saying
He's
it.
already gotten his free pass.
I'm not
His
saying
free pass was last year, Connor. Last year was his free pass. You don't get bunches of free
You
passes.
don't have control over that. You don't. You don't control the fact that an entire position group in your wide receiver core is out. The things you do
You
control,
learn how to
that,
run the ball.
that I will consider criticisms for, is hiring Seth Luttrell as offensive coordinator. I will criticize that portion of the stuff that he directly controls. And if it is a miss in terms of DeMarco Murray not running the right running back in certain situations, or not putting Jaden Knott in the game when he should be in there, that is a Brent Venables criticism for sure.
I mean, this university won national championships not throwing 50 passes the whole season. So just because the wide receiver group is out doesn't mean you can't move the ball.
Yeah, but
When
that
was
wasn't
that?
our
In
offense.
19.
When was
But
that?
it makes it one-dimensional because you know we're not
Don't-
throwing the ball.
We need to move on.
So if you're
This
good
is
enough
a-
coach, you coach up your
You're
guys
not
to
gonna
block
convince
and you
me.
run.
This is stupid. This is stupid.
So
You're crazy.
that's interesting. I sure as hell hope it doesn't come to that. that
So
we have
Barry
this
Sister
debate.
lost Jamel Holloway, and who's his backup?
Charles Thompson.
And
It depends on the year.
Then we still would have won 8
No,
games.
okay, so no.
And
In
only played
19,
11 back
in
then.
1985, if we lose Troy Aikman, which
Well, yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we lose Jamel Holloway, then I don't know who the backup was in 1985.
Then we go 8-3 that season,
and so then the next season,
not
like,
6-6.
are we? Well, yeah, but we didn't play an SEC schedule
You
like
don't
we
know
did
The
what-
then.
Big 8 was the SEC back then.
Not then.
It's one of the
No.
top schedules in the last 25 years of keeping records of, schedules.
I don't believe that.
We have 9 effing preseason top 25 teams.
I appreciate the ultimatum. What I don't align with is all of the factors that play into how he gets to less than 8 wins. If there are a multitude of factors that play into him, or that play into the team not winning games, i.e., if Mateer gets hurt, we're screwed.
I don't know. I don't think we're screwed.
You like Michael Huggins?
I
don't
like
think we're
him.
Screwed.
I don't think.
It's
I
not
think.
the same, but I don't think we're screwed.
I think Hopkins
Right, I
probably
think it's
loses
1 or
2
2
more
games,
games
yeah.
that Mateer would more than likely
Depending on when we go out.
What is 5 1-point losses? What is 5 1-point losses? 5 50-plus yard field goals from 5 teams. dude.
Steve, but if you're fully healthy, I'm with Lucas on that. I have the
I'm
criticism.
looking for a new coach.
I have the criticism because you can't finish a game and you can't figure out how to
And
win.
you have a new athletic director coming in. That's one strike
right.
against Brent right there.
Let me ask you
Because
this.
he's
question.
gonna want to
I
have
was
his own guy.
expecting an injury.
Okay, fair enough.
Let me ask you this question. Aside from all of those circumstances, do you think the fan base is closer to Connor and Jay or you on this position?
I think the fan base is with me. I think 6-6, 10-2, 6-6.
What do you guys think?
And
I'm
then
not
you go
sure.
6-6 again, then he's a perennial 500 coach, and that is not Oklahoma quality.
I think it's relatively
I think
split,
it's
kind of
split.
like we're here.
I think it's
Yeah.
pretty
I
split.
think it's. I think you have a lot of people out there who are in the Lucas boat of
There's-
non-believers.
Yeah, at that point, I will have seen enough.
Or change for change.
That's- that's where I get-
Let me take Lucas's side on this from
And I-
one
If
standpoint.
he goes 8-4, he's still got a job.
If we are in a weird situation like that, and I don't mean it's as extreme as we're talking about, like, let's say that it really is, wow, it's just 50-50 and we had injuries and we won 7 games, we're 7-5. And so you're really on the edge of where you said he needed to be. And we're trying to make excuses about where we think it, let's look at it in context. Is it a better move just to clean house and make a move because we don't know? Because you don't know. In a 7-5 world, and a lot of things happened, you don't know if he's the man for the job.
I
Here's
think-
4 years in a row, you don't know if he's the man
I
for the
think
job.
Jim Nagy interviews individually every player on the football team and sees what they say about their coaching staff and about Venables and if they're coming back or not.
Well, that would be a key, yeah, to
Period.
report back up to
If
say,
you have players that
we're coming back.
something just didn't go right, we went 8-4, and you got, I'm just gonna name players, a Robert Spears Jr.
Sure.
And all these other people like, well, I'm coming back. What happened this past year was bullshit, and I'm playing for Coach V and only Coach V, and if not, then I'm going to the pros.
So I think that's interesting because I hate to make it, you shouldn't let
I'm
the
not living on the
employees.
whim of the 19 or 20-year-old at that point.
Well, I'm not gonna like side with labor over management,
I think you're decimated.
but if you do have all those talented players, I'll relate it back to something that happened 26,
If the
7
team
years
is
ago.
confident in their coach,
So
and
here's the
they're
deal.
gonna come back
Here's the
when they
deal.
don't need to.
In 1998, I knew players. I was a tutor for players. Those guys they told me literally, this is a quote, I would run through a wall for John Blake. And so it wasn't, we needed to get rid of John Blake. They didn't want that to happen. Now, the difference is, I was talking to a guy who looked about like you guys compared to the guys we're talking about, the guys that you're talking about that might go somewhere else or might go pro or whatever they might do. So there is a difference. These players probably do deserve more say in it than any player to say, I'm playing for this coach, because a player's almost always going to play
But I
for
mean,
their
we're
coach.
talking legit
It
draft picks.
could.
If NFL draft picks are telling you, I will come back and play.
So
for
you're
Princeton,"
starting from zero. If you get rid of Venables, you're starting from zero. Everything else has to reset. But it doesn't mean you lose those players.
I think you lose all the players.
No, if you do necessarily, depends on who
lose
you
the players
get.
that are gonna go pro.
Depends on who you get. Like Venables was able to
I
retain
personally
some
think
players.
it's devastating. I
There's
think it's
also-
devastating the
Tomlin,
roster.
He might be able.
Devastating.
He may able to retain a lot of players, and all of a sudden that you're back in the mix with transfer portal. You may be able to springboard back into this thing real
I can agree with
quickly.
some of that.
There's also the factor of if the SEC keeps the 8-game schedule and doesn't go to 9-game, then we get to flip to the Texas schedule for 2 years. And you're setting up an incoming coach with an easier schedule to start off and build his program around,
Mhm.
because you're not playing Bama, you're not playing Tennessee, you're not playing LSU, you're not playing South Carolina. You're getting the easier Kentucky, Vandy, Mississippi State. You're getting an easier lineup. I mean, Florida's probably gonna be good in 2 years. But
Maybe not. I mean, they're going through the
They may-
reset.
they may fire
Probably.
Napier
That's
too.
what Brick came into was an easier Big 12 schedule.
Yep. And he went 6-6.
So
Once.
Once is too many
Well,
times
Once in
Once-
Big 12.
for the standard.
Once, but reinstilling or
And then once-
reestablishing an entire culture and defense. Like,
But
2022 for me is a
but if we have
Wow.
injuries and he goes 6-6 this
that's
year,
how I am. I'm
Because
a
he loses-
reset guy.
3 wide receivers, Mateer, 2 running backs, and an offensive lineman, and you're like, well, I'm giving him a free pass. So you're giving a free pass to a guy whose new record is 28-23. That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable at Kansas State.
I think
Much
we
less
all,
Oklahoma.
I think we all agree with that, other than the context that I think that some of us are appreciating that you're not appreciating. And I'm not saying you're wrong necessarily, but the context of a very devastated roster coming into
That's why I gave
2022
him the free pass. for
and
last year.
everything else is very difficult.
if you're giving him a free
You
pass,
can't get
then
free
you
passes
can't-
every year just because.
but you can't hold it against him then. If it's a free pass, you
Okay.
cannot hold it against it.
Right.
So
it's over. It's a wash.
You're basically
It's a
saying this
reset.
is Brent Venables' first year in the SEC in the hardest schedule, the second hardest schedule in the league, and that is the standard he has to live up to. Is delivering upon the second hardest schedule.
But
in the
just because I
league.
give him a free pass doesn't mean you completely wash away the whole season. It still builds.
It's a free pass.
It still builds into what his overall record is.
I know that, but it's a free pass. That is 12
It's a
games
reset.
that he.
We're on a break.
You're like saying
break.
the jury must not
But, sir,
not listen to what that guy
It's
just
very
said.
much how I feel about the
And I'm not doing it.
2022 Big 12 season. It's very similar, honestly. I was like, I accepted pretty early on that this is going to be a wash of a season because of factors that were more than likely. Again, Brent
If
Venables
Caleb stays
has made
and
his
plays
share
for
of
Jeff
mistakes.
Levy, everything's different.
but he didn't, and they
No.
weren't. And,
And you just start over.
So if you remember,
Yeah, but he started over the quarterback that he'd already coached.
that's
didn't
not
have to learn a new
the
system.
Heisman Trophy winning quarterback that you just lost off your
so
roster.
if
Oh
you,
no, but Dylan Gabriel went to New York last year. He was a Heisman contender.
This is
It's not that big of a drop off.
1980.
It wasn't that big of a drop off according to the Heisman's.
here is something, if
It
you
was
remember,
he's a 5th-round pick.
this was my worry, was that we don't know about Brent. I like Brent Venables as a person.
I do too.
a lot. I know you do.
Do you know at 8?
And
As
we
long as you didn't
don't
say team
know.
131
Okay,
every
hear me out
conference
here.
game.
We don't know enough to know if he can really get us to the promised land. My fear early on, I said, coming into this season is, guys, we're going to be good. We're going to win games, and we might be winning and sticking around. Like if we're 8-4 or 9-3, and 9-3 could be by the skin of our teeth, right? We might salvage a head coach. And I really like his coaches. I really like everything else. but can the man be the head coach? We may salvage him and perpetuate him into a future that he's not the right guy for the job. My fear is he's not the ultimate right guy for the job in a head coaching role, and we're not going to lose enough games to get that clean. We need to make a change.
Maybe he's Josh McDaniel. The guy was an incredible offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. He takes a Raiders job. He stinks the place up.
Yes, think
None of the players like him. He goes back to New England, does well again. He's a great offensive coordinator. Brent Venables is undisputed a top 3 defensive coordinator in the country.
Maybe of all time.
You can't dispute that. But is he a great head coach? As of now, no chance.
But I'm actually
But-
Hard
I
agree.
hope to see-
Hard agree.
I want to see progression. That's why I'm saying 8 wins. If you go from 6-6 to an 8 isn't crazy.
no.
It's not like I'm asking him to go 10
Can
and 2.
you not see a 7-5 and we're ascendant?
I mean, this is all hypotheticals.
I know it's
Like,
very crazy
I
hypothetical.
mean, I'm drawing a line.
To me, it's just wild because everyone gives Sarkisian this pass. He's a great coach and offensive mind and this and this and that. He came in when we were down in the Big 12, and we're still a little bit down, and then he gets a cupcake schedule, and he's just anointed as just one of the top coaches in all the land.
Yeah.
But I like that though. Give that to him.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, but
in contrast
not-
to it, it's not fair.
In
No,
comparison,
it's
it's
not
just
fair. It's
Yeah.
not fair, but also like Sarkisian has the record to back it up. Like
What
I mean,
record of what? No,
He's been to back-to-back playoffs.
Backed into him.
but I guess I'm saying is you're Texas. Is that okay for Texas?
Right.
relative to where they have been, probably right now.
But it
that's
shouldn't be.
pathetic.
Not
No,
who they think they
No,
are.
but
Pathetic, though.
but this year,
You're right. They are pathetic.
but this year,
I'll never
where they are this,
argue
you
that.
know, unanimous number one favorite, etc., and they fall short, that is probably where people start asking questions. I want to go back. I'm with you to a relative point. Is you fire Venables, you've got to look at 10 years plus of potential repercussions, in my opinion. Especially if you fire him after an 8-4 or a 7-5
What
year.
worries me is that is your next hire. It has to.
It's got to be ready.
Oh my gosh!
gotta
it
be
has to
ready.
hit.
And it's not even
Or
just
we're the next Nebraska, and maybe too late in the game.
it's not even that just next hire, it's the entire staff beneath him. Like, what do you
and,
do with
and
them?
beside him and around him.
Yes.
Like you can't lose Nagy.
Right.
You
So
really can't lose Nagy.
whoever has attached themselves to him and the weight that they pull with the players that you bring in and the players that you have and the culture that you maintain, unless you bring a guy in who just wants to completely reset the entire thing, which may be
We
necessary.
did 99.
I don't know. It may be
But
necessary.
God, we're not. We
It's
can't.
just-
we're
we
not-
are
we're
not
not
where
there.
we were in
We're not
99,
there.
in 98. We are not where we were.
And
in
I wasn't
98.
even old enough to know what that was like.
No chance.
But there's no way from what I've read, seen, heard that
No
it's
way.
anywhere close to that.
no way.
There's no way.
So
I'm not disagreeing with you that the dude needs to have a good season.
so
the
Bob
talent-
Bob
The
Stoops was
talent
7-5
and the depth of
in
talent.
'99.
The third
That's
string
the
players.
risk. Is what we're 7-5, and it's a '99 season all over again. What I think the point that you guys are making is don't fire Bob Stoops in this situation, and you're saying it's not Bob Stoops. John Blake found a way to be 7-5 and get rid of him, and let's move on. I'm not saying you're saying that Venables is is John Blake, but at the same point, you're worried that it's never going to get there.
Yeah, I mean,
At
at what
7 and
point,
5.
injuries, everything that you're saying, I mean, how many free passes are you willing to give?
No, and
Yeah,
I don't think
75
it's
isn't a
free
free pass.
passes.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
and at some point, you know, trying to backtrack and maybe speaking out of both sides of my mouth here, I do agree. I'm tired of looking forward to next year.
How many playoff wins does
Yes.
Josh Heupel have at Tennessee?
I don't
How
think
about
Josh
Lane
Heupel's
Kiffin?
a great coach.
How about Lane Kiffin?
I don't know why you're bringing him up. I don't think Josh Heupel's a better coach than
I
Brent
know,
think
Venables.
he-
but
but
these
I
are-
think
but
he's
these are
highlighting
teams
guys that-
SEC
Sick
that
coaches.
have
What about
good programs.
what about Dabo?
Tennessee
last
shouldn't even
year
discuss
at
on the same
at
level as
Clemson.
Oklahoma.
When's Clemson's last national title?
And where are
16.
they?
16, 17?
Shouldn't you be pretty concerned?
Yeah, why is
Yeah,
Dabo
they should
not?
be. They backdoored their way into the playoffs
I-
last year.
I think they're not concerned because they understand that the way the game is right now, you can't just get rid of people that can win football games.
But and with someone like Dabo too, like for me as a fan, yeah, I'm pissed off that we're not getting over the hump and figuring out how to get to that game, to get to the game, to win it all.
There are no more
But-
Saban Kirby dynasties.
But
Period.
exactly. And to that point, with someone like Dabo, if Dabo gets me there to at least give me a shot in late December and early January to be in the conversation or be in the mix of teams that make this 12 team and eventually a bigger playoff, I'm like, is it worth resetting right now?
And we're
like,
talking
is
about a team that has nothing close to the schedule that we are.
Well, on that point, let me leave it with this question.
They should be pissed off that it
Should-
was 11 games of Clemson.
Did we make a mistake going to the SEC? Because if we're in the Big 12, this is probably not an
It's a
issue.
cakewalk.
Oh,
It's
not
a
an issue.
cakewalk and things are moving in the right direction, assuming we can get everything else the way it is right now with
We're
the
in the playoffs.
organization.
We're in the playoffs.
Like Nagy's here,
Every-
all of that.
Every year. Period.
We're so damn good and so solid. Like,
But
was
but-
that the right position for
Okay,
The
Oklahoma
last
to
time we
be?
were in the Big 12 title game was 2019.
here's the deal.
We
Here's the
didn't go
deal.
20, 20.
I'm not saying it was wrong to go to the SEC.
No, no, no,
I think it was right.
This is the
But
difference.
man, I
This,
don't know.
this is the difference we bet on. We, in my opinion, have no chance of winning a national title staying in the Big 12. Are we in the 12-team playoff, which we didn't know was even a thing at the time?
Right,
Yes, we are.
right,
We're in the
right,
Big 12, we're in the 12-team playoff
right,
every year right now if we're in the Big
right.
12.
I think you're right. I think
Are
you're
we
right.
ever winning a national championship? No.
Or
We cannot get the players if we stayed in the Big 12. So I think that's what
I don't think we get everything we've got, period. I don't think we've got Nagy. I don't think we've got the money.
No.
I don't think we've got any. I think we're another
Well,
also ran.
I-
we make the playoffs.
I don't
lose.
know if you get Brent Venables.
I think we're the cleanest dirty shirt. And that's all we ever are if we're there. If we want to really play big boy football, we have to go to the SEC. And that's the difficulty we've had. Now we've been dealt a really tough blow with this schedule now 2 years in a row. And that's the thing that we keep coming back to, that maybe we should look to the SEC organization with more blame, and Venables ought to be mad at the situation, and the University of Oklahoma ought to be mad at the situation, saying this is not fair all around, because nobody can get a grasp on how good we could be because of the schedule that we've been dealt with now for 2 years in a row when we were trying to rebuild. It's not like we said it was 50-50. It was 70-30 at best between us and Texas in terms of schedule difficulty.
Well, that's why when we assumed it was Arnold was going to be at least live up to some of the potential that he looked like, I personally had always hoped that last year was our last year in the Big 12
A&M ruined that for us.
to have one more season
Yeah.
to get him up and going to come into the SEC.
Maybe that was a blessing though, you know?
Well, of course it could be.
Now could be.
But
yeah.
Oh, it's
at
going
the-
to be.
But at the time, I was like, man, we need one more year to get ready for SEC.
Chop
We
my kids
started
off.
getting the D line, what we're talking about. They
Right.
started getting in players, and then we were thrust into it a year earlier than I had hoped. And last year, to a degree, looked like what we feared it might look like.
The
Right.
definition of growing pains.
Right.
All we've done since going from Lincoln Riley in the Big 12, having amazing offenses and no defense.
So Lincoln screwed
Now
us.
we've flipped and we have amazing defense, players, recruiting. Our offense recruiting sucks.
No, I don't know about that.
We're-
No, I would
We're
say
not getting
that.
top
no.
10 receivers, top 10 running backs, top 10 quarterbacks anymore.
We've
the
got
best
a top
running
10
back- we got the
quarterback and a
best
top
running
10
back
running
in the
back.
transfer
Arnold
portal.
was, but coming in now, I mean, Hawkins wasn't a top 10 guy.
Freaking Bo, what's his face, is going to be a top 5 quarterback.
He's
We
not
got
right
the
now,
top
he's like
offensive
12,
lineman
15.
in the entire country.
I don't think you can
Skill
correlate
position
the
wise,
two.
we're not.
I don't think you can correlate it. I really don't.
Well, I think that's the key is Nagy and company getting us to where we want to be, where you're going to turn around and say, they may not have the stars, but they've got the credentials in terms of actual.
I could
ability to play.
argue with you that for whatever reason, the recruiting services might be able to peg defensive players better than offensive players.
Maybe so.
Oh, I definitely think that's
Oh, yeah.
absolutely.
Joe
the
Mixon and Peterson. those
No,
guys
I'm
are-
not saying they don't have
those
it right
guys are
sometimes.
bums.
case. You're literally talking about outliers within king system.
20 years ago.
God.
It just
Well-
seems like there's not a lot of elite defensive players that are just wrong.
That's a real interesting conversation to explore later, but all of it's a moot point because OU is going to be 12-0. And let's talk about who's going to be in the Final Four and who's going to win the championship. So I've got Penn State, Miami, Florida, Georgia, and Oklahoma in the Final Four. Oklahoma's going to win. They're going to get to the Final Four. That's going to be the Final Four matchup. What do you guys got?
I've got LSU, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Miami.
What do you got, Jay?
I've got Bama, Clemson, LSU, OU.
What do you got, Lucas?
I don't know because I did mine on the fly. I'm gonna say Clemson, Notre Dame, Ohio State, and
Oklahoma is the
Bama.
word. Bama. Bama. Okay. You left out Oklahoma somehow.
I did.
don't understand.
I think you left them out of the initial 12.
oh yeah, I think I did.
What a fool.
Love to be wrong. I'd love
well,
to be 33%.
You know what?
Unders.
I've got a champion. I'll tell you the truth. I looked at the criticism and the looks I was going to get, and I thought I'm not going to pick Oklahoma to win the national championship. I'm going to be pleasantly surprised when they do win the national
Only
championship.
pleasantly.
Well, I'm going to be more than pleasantly. Pleasant is really pleasant for me, but I've got picked Georgia to backdoor their way into the national title championship this year. Connor, who you got?
I've got the University of Oklahoma
Put it in my veins, baby. Yes.
beating
Yes.
the Miami Hurricanes.
I love it.
That's even
Ooh.
In Miami.
Hey, it's Miami. Yeah.
In Miami.
I love
In
it.
the
If we
I love
play
it.
Miami for the national
In the
title this year,
First Bowl.
count me.
Yeah, I would
I'll
take
take
OU
that.
over Miami any day of the week.
Put him with Michael Hawkins out of
Yes.
I think Miami is
Carson Beck.
terrible. I think Carson Beck is terrible.
Why?
I somehow have Clemson.
You're like me. We picked like, what are we doing? What are we doing
I
here?
know.
I've got OU beating Clemson in the semifinal.
I've
I
got
like
OU beating Ohio
What a
State.
matchup.
What
What a matchup.
what did I put on there? I put OU,
You put something stupid somewhere I'm talking about.
Clemson, Penn State.
I've got
something else.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. No way
Their
in
team is
hell.
not as good as
I
they were
think they
last
play
year.
boring football.
They don't have a good as quarterbacks they had last
They
year.
got a good
Georgia.
coach.
Georgia.
Clemson,
Boring
Penn State,
football.
Alabama.
Sometimes it gets the job done.
Alabama. Okay.
Wow.
I think
okay.
Clemson beats.
I think Clemson is a very good.
I think
football team
Clemson
this year.
beats LSU in a rematch.
All of my picks actually don't. I've got pretty consistent picks across over unders to the 12 team to the Final Four.
Mine are not very consistent. My over-unders are very inconsistent with my playoff.
Okay.
The great thing is none of this matters.
I'm doing some, no, it matters a
Don't
lot.
talk to us.
It matters.
Matters a lot.
It matters because
It's
we're
really
here
gonna
we
matter when
are.
OU wins the national championship. You're like, oh, I
Really?
just didn't want to pick them because oh.
So that'll be interesting when they win the national title, and we're having that pod right here in celebration. And oh my God, was that going to be
Oh, we're
a
gonna have like
celebration?
4 podcasts because we're having one in the hotel right after.
Yes,
in
exactly.
Miami.
And then we're gonna have another one. We're gonna have celebration after celebration podcast. What's
One
gonna
from
be the
Jeff,
story
the
about
one
it?
from
Oh
Jeff.
yeah, yeah, from the bail office.
Streaking on South Beach.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, all of it.
Yeah.
Not proud of that.
That's gonna be pretty fantastic. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's kind of funny to think as we put these and we look at these eliminations. I don't know. It is a weird world where we're in where it doesn't seem as predictable to me
No,
as it used to be,
there is.
but we
none-
never had to predict it like
there,
that.
There is.
I don't know if it's
We-
I don't know if it's that different.
We haven't seen it yet because we can't say for sure, but on paper, there is no team that doesn't have big questions.
Question marks.
Big questions.
A lot of quarterback question marks. A lot of big players that have been
Tons.
lost. A lot of teams facing difficult schedules. It seems. We'll see.
Mhm.
There's always a surprise. So I'm in a pool where you have to pick and you have only so much to allocate. So you have to you don't get to just pick the top teams because
I mean,
you run out of money.
The first match
And
of
then
the
you
game of
gotta
the
pick-
year, if you're trying to look at Texas at Ohio State,
Oh, it's very tough. And it could change the trajectory
like,
of
you're looking
everything.
at, like, okay, Ohio State's got a brand new quarterback. Okay, they've got a brand new offensive coordinator, defensive
I'm
coordinator.
really back and forth on that
Plus all
game.
the people they've lost. But then you're like, can Arch really go into Ohio State game
Right.
1
Right.
with 4 new offensive linemen, a new starting running back, a new tight end, 2 starting wide receivers, and 7 defensive players
Well,
now back?
And when he does, and they win, because Ohio State lost as much as they lost, are you going to look at it? Are we going to look back, even in game 5, much less at the end of the season, and say one of those teams wasn't for real? Because that happens all
They
the time.
both might not be for real.
They might. They
Yes.
both might not be. Back to like what was it? USC and Texas, or no, Notre Dame and Notre Dame and Texas that
Vince
year.
Young, right?
That it was like no, Notre Dame and Texas when they like everybody was wow, look at this,
No,
and they
who
both
was it?
didn't materialize.
No. It
No,
was
it
the
was
other-
A&M and somebody.
No, it was Texas and Notre Dame, but the Texas was back.
Yeah, Texas was back,
it was
and Notre Dame's really good. And
it was a
they
big
didn't
strong, it was a big
materialize.
strong quarterback.
Ellinger.
Yeah,
No,
no, the big guy.
African American.
Swoops.
Swoops just ran all over Notre Dame,
Yeah,
diving into
yeah,
end zone
yeah.
stuff, and Texas was back. They were just dominant.
Tech's
Yeah.
been back like 12 times in the last 30
So
years.
it might not happen. So either
And only
either
once
team
or
might
twice
not
this
happen.
The thing is you'll be able to see pretty quickly if Texas is not for real. Ohio State might not be for real and still win 10 games.
Yeah, but what if they're both not for
True.
real?
It's true.
No, that's what I'm saying. Ohio State might not be for real, but even if they're not for real,
They're
they
not
could
for real.
win
They beat
10
Texas
games.
and they win 10
They should
games. And they're
go
not
from
for real.
Jeremiah Smith 15 times and win that game.
So
So
against the Texas DBs,
the point I was making, I have to pick 10 teams, and then I pick 3 shorts. And I look at those shorts, I'm thinking, I've got to try and find the Florida State of this year. I've got to go find that. And we know that team is out there. It's just so hard to find on paper, but somebody's going to implode. Somebody is just going to totally disappoint. It's so hard to go find that team and figure out who that's going to be. But we have all these question marks with so many teams, unlike other years where it's like out of like Florida State. I don't know. To be honest, you should have been able to look at that and say they've got a lot of headwinds.
like we laugh
But-
at a little bit at Dylan Gabriel not being that good and being a 5th round pick or whatever he was. They're replacing him at Oregon, and everyone
Right.
just has Oregon penciled in as
Right.
oh,
It
Dante
doesn't
Moore.
have to happen.
Dante Moore is just going to come in and do what they do, just like Jackson Arnold's going
Right.
to come in and replace
Dylan Gabriel.
Dylan
Yeah.
Gabriel.
Dante Moore's gonna be better than Dylan Gabriel.
So was Jackson Arnold.
Dante Moore's gonna be better than Dylan Gabriel.
That's a good, like, that'll be interesting to see if that materializes.
It's going to.
So
Well-
will it be in New York this?
I'm not saying he's gonna be in New York, but I'm saying he's gonna be better.
But Gabriel's in New York.
Why didn't he
Last year?
play over him last
I
year?
think so.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
Why didn't he play over
And he
him?
finished like third.
It was
wasn't
it was
think so.
Ward, Gabriel, Genty, and Hunter. Those were the 4.
And it was a
the-
runaway for him.
Yeah.
Gabriel was tenured.
Yeah, 19 years in the league, I believe was
Yeah,
the
I
I think he was
quote.
28 years old.
Well, guys, we got the whole season in front of us. We're gonna be back shortly with another pod that's gonna be the OU centric. We're gonna predict everything about OU. If we haven't already, we're gonna talk it through. We're gonna predict everything that we can about how good OU is gonna be, and we'll be previewing the first game. And that's gonna be just the run up and the startup to a season, baby. It's here. It's happening. I
Chase
can't
for 8.
believe it.
Chase for 8,
The
baby.
chase for 8 is on.
Chase Freight wins.
It's awesome.
I don't know what to
Well,
say to it.
either way, until then, Boomer.
Sooner.